What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Raw Stocks. This is Rustic, and I know it's been a while, but we're going to bring you some Tesla daily analysis as we move into the new week. Before we get started, don't forget to check out the links in the description below. I have a link to our trading Discord where it's free to join. It also has a premium upgrade that offers a whole lot of benefit for a low price, including Flashpoint, which is our new custom indicator. That also has a 3-minute scalping strategy attached to it where we teach more about that in the trading Discord. Let's go ahead and jump into the charts. I have the weekly chart pulled up of Tesla. Things we want to notice out of the gate is we have a order block, high time frame order block here. And that order block is likely to hold the support if we came down and tested it, 171 down to 140. So a little bit of a range there, likely to hold support though. If price was to start moving up, we have a fair value gap here. That's likely to offer some resistance. At that point in time, we'll be looking to see if price comes back down, takes these lows, and tests this order block, or if it just decides to push up back through it, maybe find support in that inverted fair value gap and go up higher. So time will tell as the weeks go on. Again, this is the weekly chart. Another thing to notice here is we have candle body bullish engulfing. It does not completely take the high here and make it a fully engulfing with the high as well, but the body is engulfing. So we do have that weekly kind of engulfing candle there, which is a bullish development. Using the multi-time frame EMAs on the weekly chart as well, you can see we're pushing up to test that yellow EMA, which is a 1 hour trigger. We got the daily on the red and then the weekly on the purple. So we haven't been able to clear above the daily or really clear the hourly as well, too clearly. But we do have them starting to flatten out. So that's a good sign, again, with the engulfing weekly and then having the EMAs flatten out. What we can do is we can expect that if those continue to flatten out and we have a bullish week here, we'll start to get those EMAs to curl back up. We'll run a test on that weekly EMA and see if it holds or not. Again, that's right around where that fair value gap is. So I'd anticipate we'd push up above it, maybe get that fake out, come back down. Either going to set a higher low or a lower low on the weekly chart. And again, if we go lower than these, relative equal lows here, see we kind of have equal lows there. They're not perfectly equal, but relative equal lows. If we cycle back down and we take those lows, we will be looking for those 170s. Okay, but if these lows stay intact, and we set a higher low, then we could look for price to then push up back through this fair value gap and then even higher. Ultimately, we have our buy side liquidity at 488.72. A weekly chart, so this could take a while. You can see the high was set all the way back in December. Now here we are in April, so it's taken ultimately like 4 months to get there. Drop down into the daily chart. Daily chart has some nice things going on. We had some down closed move. Basically, we broke above that. We had this down close candle here, failed to take a new low, set a higher low, right? The next daily candle, we got that nice breakout. Now we faded down a little bit since there. We got an inside day on this one, and then we got a doji candle of indecision. We do see here on the daily chart, we got that 1 hour flattening out and hopefully curling up. If we do get a gap up open, which it's looking like the possibility of a gap up open, then we would likely see this 1 hour start to curl up, bring us above the daily, get the daily to start curling up, and then we can attack the weekly. Kind of first target is going to be right here. Let me do that as a horizontal line so it shows a level on the chart for us. But that high of 275 is really going to be what we want to break above. But we could also look for a breakout trade here at the 262.99. So above that, we could look for bullish momentum to carry us to 275, right, where we're going to intersect that weekly trigger. These trigger points are going to be the same price on all the charts I'm showing you. They are fixed or static. multi-time frame, so they will show on all the charts as part of our flashpoint indicator. So again, above 262.99 or 263, we could look for the move to 275, intersecting with this weekly. We'd likely to see some resistance there and then push up into that fair value gap. This one's a daily fair value gap. We saw the weekly fair value gap as well. It's all in that same range, that low 300 to 320s, 330s. Likely see some resistance in this first go around of that fair value gap. At that point in time, we'd be above the weekly trigger. So we could look for price to come down and see if it supports that trigger as that trigger flattens out or potentially even curls up. At that point, we could find support, or we could break back down below, see where we're at with the daily or the hourly triggers, and then potentially make a run at these equal lows or this order block down in the 200s. Okay, the daily chart has the order block at 200s. The weekly chart has the order block at 170 in the 170s. So this could hold support at 200 before we even got down as far as the 170s. Nothing says we got to get down to that weekly order block. It would just likely act as a long-term support. If we did get there, there'd be a great long-term buying opportunity with a very limited amount of risk. I'll take these off the chart. Got all kinds of buy-side levels. So once we kind of cross one, we can target the next one up. So above 275, we can look for 285. Above 285, we can look for 291, 292. And then above that, we'll look for the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap at 317.06. Sell side targets are going to be the wick low here, 241. So if we open and we start trading down, we're looking for 241.84. That could take us to 239 pretty easily. At that point in time, we'll start looking at these candle body lows, 225, 222. And then again, the relative equal lows here, right, which would come in at 214. And then we have our order block in the low 200s. So that's kind of our daily levels there as far as playing breakout trades go, to the upside or to the downside. Now, once we're above this daily trigger, we're already above the 1 hour trigger. Those can carry us momentum wise, at least to these first couple of targets. We just discussed that. And then if we drop down to the 1 hour, the 1 hour is the last thing I'm going to show you guys today. We have that fair value gap that was assigned on the breakout on Wednesday, the 9th. Okay, we've come down, we've drawn down to the consequent encroachment. We've drawn a little deeper with some wicks. Generally, we have a lot of activity here on the consequent encroachment. And then as of the end of the trading session on Friday, we started to see a move back up. We get above our triggers. Here you can start to see some of the fast time frame, multi time frame EMAs here with the blue and the teal and the white. The teal is the blue is a 15-minute, the teal is a 5-minute, the white is a 3-minute. Those are more applicable when we get into our scalping strategy with our new flashpoint indicator. There's a video that we put out about education on it. There's also, it can also be purchased as a standalone subscription just to the indicator. If you don't want to be part of our premium Discord, you can just get access to the flashpoint indicator. Join as a free member to the Discord. You can still access the education. It comes at a fraction of the price. It's $50 for access to the indicator. It's $100 for access to the premium section of the Discord that comes with the indicator. We do have a 7-day trial for all premium members, so you can try us out and see if you like us before you make that commitment for longer term membership. So again, we're above the 1 hour, above the 15-minute, above the fast trends. If this holds up and we stay above these, again, we're looking for our buy side targets of 263 and then our breakout from 263 to 275. Ultimately, we could see that high. And then there's an order block on the 1 hour time frame that could offer resistance. And that's right up there around where our weekly trigger point is, our weekly EMA here. And so likely if we get into that order block, because moving into the new week, this EMA should be walking down to another step unless we get above it by the end of the week. Could turn back up, but as long as we stay below that, we'll get another step down. So it should offer some kind of resistance. Below that, again, we got our levels. We can make them a little more precise on the 1 hour chart. So 241.34, 239.26. And then on the 1 hour chart, we get some of that like extended hour trading data, so we can see that the lows are just a little bit lower, 216.78 on this one. And then here is where our equal lows come in. We can just put a level there as well. 214.16. Below that, potential free fall. There's not a lot. If you scroll back, not a lot of liquidity beyond that. We do have this low, and this is all very tight. 216 could fall to 214, could fall to 212 pretty easily. And then below that, we have some more key levels coming in at 202, which is where we saw a daily order block, and then 181, which is right above where we saw that weekly order block. So that'd be our resistance. If we broke below 200, it could be a free fall down into the 280s, high 270s, even low 270s. If we started getting that low. Right now, I don't see that happening. Again, on the 1 hour, we have bullish activity where we have not got above the daily. We're finding resistance as we broke down below it, the daily trigger there. But if we gap open, we'll gap above that trigger, which has been a sticky point here. You see we broke over, a couple times, broke under, broke over. We were oscillating and consolidating around it. We got our bull flag. So if we gap up, look for price to, say we gap up, retest that daily trigger, and then make a run, again, breaking out of that 263, going up to our 275, 276 area. We did fall short on that first attempt to hit that order block. We should not fall short on the next attempt to hit that order block. We should pull into it. Could be a sweep on the liquidity. Again, we could find that rejection in this weekly trigger, multi-time frame EMA. But above that, we can start to get very bullish to 291, and then potentially a breakout to 317. So a lot of stuff going on. We got the tariff news of the 90-day pause, and some information about the tech sector in regards to tariffs as well. So lots of news that's driving the market right now, especially geopolitical and related to international tariff news and all the stuff that's going on in the administration. So very volatile market. Be careful when you're trading. Hopefully this has been helpful and beneficial to you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment. Love to hear from you. I know I've got some traders who asked me to start doing these videos again, so we'll start trying to put a few more of these daily analysis, Tesla, maybe some other tickers out as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.